everybody, it's Alara. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to Flosstube number 3. I'm really excited about this video. I have a lot to share with you, and I may end up having to break this up into 2 videos. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I have decided to just kind of pull out all stops and show you what I got and go over some plans, because I'm really bad at planning. I'm worse at carrying out any kind of plans I make, mostly because anytime I make plans, something seems to happen to screw them up. So I try to stay spontaneous, just because I never know what life is going to throw at me. So I just go with the flow. So right, let's start with, I didn't make a whole lot of progress on what I worked on. I have stuff everywhere, so I'm looking everywhere. I didn't make a whole lot of progress this week on stitching, simply because I was busy organizing and kind of planning out future what I want to do. Again, plans loosely termed. Don't ever hold me to anything I say that I want to try and do, because it may change, probably change. Okay, so let's see. What did I do? Put those backwards? I sure did. All right, well, we'll start with our What's in the Vault. Series may be putting it a little heavily. Segment. It's a segment. We'll make it a What's in the Vault segment, because I don't think I can dedicate a whole video to it. Maybe like a Stitch with Me or something. Now again, my What's in the Vault is stuff that I have stored over the years that my mother had, or vintage kits that I picked up because I can't stand to see anything go to waste. You'll see that in some of my haul. But these are stuff like the Creative Circle Kid of the Month kind of club that my mom was in, that stuff that she never got to. Again, stuff that this is at least 15 years to 20 plus years old. So last week I showed you the Bucilla Rose kit. I'll put a picture here, because I don't know if I didn't dig that out. So that's the kit. And we have a butterfly. Oh, I left the needle in. Let me take it out. Always leave I learned a lesson on leaving needles in the fabric this week. So I'm not sure about a brown butterfly, but that's what it called for. And focus. There we go. I have never been much one for changing up colors of things yet. I'm not real confident in my ability to do that yet. Plus I didn't have a whole lot of stash or anything to pick from. I don't have fancy flosses. I'm hoping for that to change on some of my projects. But y'all, I gotta be careful on some spending, because whoo boy, I tend to buy in chunky bulk. And what I mean by that is I'll have a long period of time where I don't have any kind of inclination to buy anything for myself. I just, pay bills, whatever. I mentioned that I suck at holding on to money. So I tend to just take care of bills and have my husband figure out what we're doing with the rest of it. But with the pandemic and extra stimulus money, I was lucky enough that I was able to work the whole time. So we had extra money that we've kind of saved up, sort of. I spent it. We didn't save it. But things are taken care of. Again, should I have spent that on better things, saved it? Absolutely. Have I learned my lesson yet? Not if I'm honest with myself or you. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Back to progress. So that's the Bucilla Rose. I plan on working on that a little bit more this week. Next was, I actually did the butterfly and then moved on to another small I'm not very good at showing you progress and before pictures and stuff. I'll get better. So I found a picture of what this kit's going to look like. This is from Dimensions, I believe. The picture will show you. And I think I even took a before picture of where I was there last time. And here is my progress. I don't iron, folks. You're just gonna have to get used to my hoop rings. So got a little bit filled in on that jar, got some outlining done on another jar, got the other one that's gonna go over here. So a little bit. I think I've only excuse me, worked a couple of hours a night when I did work on something. I don't take days off as far as our business goes. I work 7 days a week. A couple of times a year we'll take a few days off to go to events or to have an event. But for the most part, I work 7 days a week. But I make sure to take off a few hours every night for myself, which I think is part of the reason I have crazy insomnia, is because this is the only time of the day where I get to just have breathing time. I love my husband, love my family. I also, being an introvert, having anxiety, dealing with some depression, I need that alone time. I need to just have me time. I'll talk to you guys. All right, next up is Gypsy Firefly. And I think I'm gonna insert pictures of the charts from Even Heaven and Earth Designs. I think that it's a little clearer, and you get it in color this way. I don't like fighting with the glare and looking up patterns from Pattern Keeper. So there's Gypsy Firefly. I'm doing this 2/1 on 18 count Ada. Progress, people. I'm terrible. All right, so here's where I started. And I'm gonna try and do a side-by-side so you can see where I got to, because it's kind of hard to see. Can you hear me? It's kind of hard to see when you're filling in holes sometimes, I think, where that's at. So really just kind of worked on filling in, I think 310, and I've started a little bit on some of the lighter blues. And if you see fuzzies flying around, we work with down a lot, and those I've noticed in, hi, my face, noticed in my last couple of videos that you can see feathers flying around. So it's not dirty, but we work with feathers, and this is my workspace too. So I worked on my one of my small beaded cross stitches twice, mostly because I really didn't have, by the time I was done with my day, I was pretty exhausted. I didn't have the brain power to figure out what I wanted to work on, so I just grabbed a small kit. Financial Independence from Amazon. And here's my before. Again, you can see that. Just worked a little bit on the outline. It's looking a little crooked there. I work on this in hand, so sometimes the beads don't sit perfectly. I'm okay with that. This is just me having fun, playing with the pretties. So there's where I got on that. I did create a Instagram account, Alara918, no space or anything, just Alara918. Made a separate, I have a personal account, but I want to keep this journey separate from my personal account. So please feel free to come hang out with me, check out. I'm not very good at posting, but I'm going to try, especially if I've got some people curious and want to follow me over there. Please feel free to drop on over, and you feel free to message me over there if you ever have any questions or anything. I've been trying to keep up with comments, but I've noticed that YouTube likes to delay comments that I see pretty badly. So I'm kind of worried that I'm not seeing all of them. So if you have a burning question, feel free to message me over there. And hope to see you over there. And then lastly this week, I worked on Purple Unicorn by Charlie Darling, the kit by Gecko Rouge. And yesterday I tried, I think 4 different takes to do a stitch with me. I gave up. It was not happening. I don't know what it was. I couldn't get it steady enough. The camera wouldn't the camera setup wouldn't cooperate. And then I had gotten like 15 minutes recorded during my progress. And then if you'll notice here, I have written over my markings, because when you upload a Gecko Rouge kit from their, oh, speaking of Gecko Rouge, awesome customer service. My husband got this kit for me for my birthday from my wish list. I don't know if it changes it to default settings when you go into a wish list, but or if he changed settings. I'm not sure what happened. He says he didn't. It probably happened like that. But he didn't get the pattern, the PDF. It came with a paper chart, which was working okay, but I don't like to work in just, I like to work in the hoop, not just the one page or whatnot. So I messaged them, said, let them know what happened, asked if it would be possible for me to get the PDF. They were awesome. They sent it over to me. So I started branching out a little bit more from the one page I was working on, because I don't like this bit. I don't like having all these. I work in really long lengths of thread. So I mean, you can see it's kind of a mess down there. I want to get those worked in. But when I went to go do one of these stitches way out here, Pattern Keeper converted Gecko Rouge's numbering system to a 0 to whatever over here, and a 0 to whatever over here, whereas Gecko Rouge starts at 0 in the middle and works its way out on either side. When I realized that, I just sighed and stopped the camera and was like, I'm done. I can't. I can't do it anymore. I was so frustrated. Which in turn led me to a LiQWYD stand. Yeah, that's on order. Because I don't have a good setup for recording right now. You're back in my lap stand to hold the camera. Because otherwise you're like here in my face, and so I'm hoping that I can do that setup, clip you to the table, have it over here. I don't know, we'll see how it works, because I really want to do stitch with me's, but I needed to be more comfortable. It was hurting me back after like 10 minutes of trying to stitch like that. So anywho, got a LiQWYD stand on the way. So that was it for progress. I know, not a lot. And I have a feeling this is going to be a rambly, talky video. So again, I may split this up, because I don't know how many people actually watch all the way through. I watch videos all the way through, but I know I bounce back and forth a lot. Pause, go, pause, go. Anyway, so haul this week. I decided I needed to be like Scrooge McDuck and swim in floss, because I went on eBay and decided I needed to bid on the largest lots of floss I could at a reasonable price. There was quite a few that I let go because no, I'm not paying that much. And I'm actually really excited for the, I got 3 lots from one seller, and it's like 900 plus skeins of yarn floss. It's a whole bunch, but I'm actually really excited because these look to be really vintage DMC threads, like your grandma had them and she never got to finish using them. So your mom got them and she didn't get to finish using them. Now I have them. And it also came with some, like, I gotta match these up to DMC colors, but there's some just little findings, I don't know. But this bag is all floss away bags. Oh, that reminds me, I have a 1, 2, 3 stitch order coming that's got floss away bags and an Amazon order that has like a like over the door hanger things. Feel crooked. There we go. That hopefully I can put the binder rings in so that they'll hang, and then I can collapse them on the door. I like the bobbin boxes. I am not bobbinating 900 plus skeins of floss, because I have more coming, like another 1,000. But I have a lot of hates. I plan on doing a lot of cross stitching. And I don't mind if dial-outs are a little bit different. With Hades especially, there's not, I mean, even if there's block coloring, I'll try and match the dial-outs. But for confetti stuff, it's not going to matter if it's a little shade off. This is all DMC. And you guys, I got these for like, I don't know, 15 cents a skein, maybe 20. And I got more, there's more of the glare. I don't know if you can see that, the pearl cotton, like the crewel embroidery. Y'all, I have a crafting problem because I just put in an order for, well, no, I made a wish list. Did I mention there's going to be a lot of crinkling in this video? Because I tried to take out what I could so that there's not a whole lot, but some of it I'm not going to be able to help. So I apologize in advance and yeah, sorry about that. But anyways, I'm like, I have all this stuff and I like embroidery. I'm getting a little back into it. So I'm going to see about doing some patterns and stuff. Again, I know it's not cross stitch, but this channel's more about just crafting and enjoying the journey of it. So that's the floss that I got in so far. And then I got a few patterns that I've had my eye on from Lavender and Lace. I got the Celtic Season Women from Lavender and Lace. I cannot wait to do these. I've got some fancy fabric coming that I'm hoping will work with these. Again, went on eBay, bid, won. We'll see how it goes with that. And I will probably go ahead and do I'm not going to try and eBay beads. That's a little bit too random and I don't have the storage space for it. So I'll probably go back onto 1-2-3 Stitch for the Mill Hill beads because they're not that expensive. And 1-2-3 Stitch by far has been the most inexpensive place that I've found so far. All right, and then this one is one that I found that I actually had in my stash, and I have another one coming, but this is a Mirabilia. This one is Titania, Queen of the Fairies. I love them. I love her. I've done beaded cross stitch. Can you call it beaded cross stitch where you're just doing the half ones? I've done where it's all beads. I've done cross stitch, but I've never done it with both. So we'll see how that goes. And then I have another Mirabilia that I won off of eBay coming as well. Hopefully that'll be here tomorrow. Which brings me to the fabric that I won off of eBay. I did a lot of shopping on eBay, y'all. I got this. Now, I know in one of my floss tubes, I said something about, oh, linen, I don't know, the slubs, I don't see it. Guess what I won in the eBay? I was like, you know what? It's okay. If I don't have to pay full price, I'll give it a shot. And I'm finding that a lot of these don't look like the linen I'm used to, where it's got the really big slubs in them. But I'm thinking, I got this 32 count Belfast linen that I thought would look pretty good for the background on her. I don't know. Yeah, I think that'll work. It'll work. All right. Now, again, these aren't super. I don't want to do that because I know some of these are loud. I don't have any fancy fabric yet. The only fancy fabric I have is the Under the Seas fabric for the Dark Queen of the Seas that I'm working on. But what I did was I went through my Heaven and Earth designs and Tilton Crafts. Yeah, I think those are the only two companies I have. PDF charts for, that I'm planning on actually doing something with. So I decided to go through and see measurements for what I want, and I'm going to be using a lot of what I want. So I've got 11 pieces of fabric, and 9 of them are going to work for what I want to do. So this is a antique white 28 count casual linen. It's not exciting, but I'm going to put Birth of a Star on this one from Heaven and Earth Designs. Now I forgot to write down the artists from these charts, so I'll put them down here somewhere. This one is from Tilton Crafts. This is a 25 count white Lugana. Planets align. I wrote them down because I won't remember what I planned on putting what with what if I don't write it on the thing. So that's Planets Align. And then from Heaven and Earth Designs, I'm going to be using a 25 count Lugana. This is going to be for a story keep. I know this one's Randall Spangler Dragon's History. I don't know when I'm going to start any of these. I don't think I'm going to be doing like a Batmania like Amy from Creativity by Gidge did. But I don't know, we'll see. So this one is also a 25 count white Lugana that is going to fit 2 story keeps on there. So I also have both from Randall Spangler, Empty Cookie Jar, and History of Chocolate. So there's those 2 that are going to be in there. All right, my next one, I think I showed this in my last Flosstube, not this fabric, but the chart, Edge of Forever. This is going to go on this 25 count Dublin linen. I guess this is a Hobby Lobby fabric. That's going to be the Edge of Forever fabric. And also in this, it was a 28 count even weave. That Amethyst by Chris Ortega is going to go on from Heaven and Earth Designs. I love her. I really wrestled with myself with Diamond Art Club's. It's not called Amethyst, but it's still by Chris Ortega. I think they called it Moonlight. But I wasn't real thrilled with the rendering. It wasn't quite the detail. I'm not looking anywhere near you guys. I'm so sorry. But I wasn't real. I wanted something a little bit more defined for her because she's it's such a beautiful, soft, moonlit picture. So, all right. And then I also showed, I can't remember if I showed Amethyst last time. Probably did. I really like that one. Also on 28 count even weave is going to be Beloved by, I believe this one's Ann Stokes. I will correct myself here if I'm wrong. That's going to go on that. I may have to invest in a cone of black DMC, but I'm not sure how much 310 is going to be in the lot that's coming. So once I get this last lot of floss, I'll put everything in floss away bags, get it organized, see what I have. Probably not, I'll just pull and fill as I need. And then, this is a 32 count linen that I'm going to put Randall Spangler's Springtime Splendor on here. I have not worked on anything as small as 32 count. 28 is as small as I've gotten. These are going to be put to the test. My eyes are bad. All right, now this fabric I already had in my stash. I had gotten a really big piece. This is before I started venturing higher in counts and realizing that the higher the count, the smaller the project, the end project is going to be. I don't have enough wall space to put 14, 18, even 22 count stuff on. So I got in my stash, and this is a 14 count Ada that Fairy Whispers is going to go on. I'll have to put the artist name down here because I can't remember it off the top of my head for this one either. And pardon me, I need a sip of liquid courage. This is my relaxation time, folks. All right, so, and then like I said, I had two other, I think 28 count pieces that I want in that as well, but I don't have anything small enough chart-wise to fit on that yet. And they're just plain white, so I don't want to put the fancy ladies on. Full coverage, I'm fine with white. Doesn't need to be anything crazy fancy, but my fancy ladies needs to go on some awesome stuff. I also got a long dog samplers. Now, I'm not usually a sampler girl. I never have been. I prefer full coverage, be it embroidery. Of course, the Bacilla Rose was a hand-me-down, and I do, when it comes to embroidery, it's not as vital to me that it's a full coverage piece, because those tend to, I don't know why, that's just how it is. But the oh, there went the train. Amy, go grab my train. Nope, it's gone. That's okay. Anyway, I was babbling. So, right. Next, I want to show you I swear I felt much more organized than this when I started the video. I swear. Looking at my notes. Oh, you guys. So let's go into, I decided since I'm just going to do a segment for the What's in the Vault, I'm actually going to show you my stash of old stuff. And if you guys have any preferences on what you'd like to see come out of the vault and be worked, feel free to drop a comment below and let me know. I'd be happy to. Most of the time, I don't care what I work on. I just want to work on something. I have a wheel that I was spinning for a while, but even that felt kind of after a while. Sometimes I'll have an itch to work on something specific, but most of the time I can't decide because I don't really care. I just want to work on something. But I was able to dig in a storage barn, and I found her, guys. Now this is from Dimensions. It's a Charts and Charms. This is Alluring Sorceress. All I have left to do is backstitch. I hate backstitch. And the charms. The charms I'm not too worried about. But man, that backstitch, it kills me. Kills me. Because I'm not good at following it on the chart. I have... Nah, that's the back. Isn't the back? I did pretty good on the back. Try that again. There we go. I have I can't see, a tiny little, and that looks so bad because I hate backstitch. I don't do it as often as I should, but she's so gorgeous, and I need to get her done and finished because she is the companion piece to the wizard. I'll put him up here because I forgot to dig him out. Now, when I have the fabric for him, I have all the floss for him, so he needs to get done too, and they need to get framed and hung up. Need to. That's gotta happen. All right. So, out of the vault, we have, and again, you may start hearing a lot of crinkling because I tried. I really tried. All right, this, and okay, I'll get into that in a minute. I bought this one. I did a bunch of bulk buying about 15 years ago, before my divorce. And I did a lot of it on eBay. Some of them were China kits. If you recognize that this is a piece of artwork that needs to be what's the word I want? Where the artist needs to be compensated, let me know, and I'll see if I can find find the kit or whatnot. But again, this was purchased 15 years ago. Definitely knew nothing about copyright infringement back then. I forgot to see. I'm pretty sure this is a 14 count. And I have a pack of beads in there with her. And I think I put the beads in there. I don't know. I had plans. Didn't write it down, so I don't remember now. This one was one of my mom's from the Creative Circle. And it's the Early Fords. Hopefully that... Are you focusing? There we go. So, and that is actually worked with yarn. This is definitely an embroidery kit. Have not started it, so that's going to definitely be part of the vault segments. This kit, 1986, so it's got some age to it. This one is a Dimensions kit from 2000, so much later than that one. Friends and family, cozy porch welcome. Don't have a start on that one either. I really like that one. That's a kit as well. And then this is another eBay purchase that ended up coming up as a China kit. Okay. So I don't recognize this artist's work, or if it was, you know, licensed or anything like that. I cannot verify this one. I tried to figure out how to do a reverse Google search for images. It was a disaster. I found all sorts of stuff I didn't care about. All right. That's cool. And then I've got another. This one is also a needlepoint. This is a gold collection from Dimensions. Sorry, that might have been loud. And this is absolutely gorgeous. Peony tapestry. That is going to be so, so pretty. Dimensions, man. They kill me with their floss packets, where it comes in the bundle all tied up, and then they labeled it with like a yarn color. And that was how you separated your bundles. That was work. That was work. Because I had to separate all these. And these, whew. I've worked with Kreinik before. This, I have never... I didn't know you could... I mean, I guess it's just a blending filament. But I have never worked with anything like that thin before. And, I mean, each bundle had some of that. You can see that? Some of that metallic. It's beautiful. It's going to make a gorgeous effect. But it's a needlepoint, so that's all done, I believe, in continental stitch. Which I don't know that I've ever truly worked on a project in continental stitch. It's usually full cross or where it's just lines on the back. But this canvas, this is pretty big. Oh good, you can see that pretty well. So, all right, so there's that one. All right, so also out of the vault, I found more floss. Mostly, this is a lot of that crewel embroidery thread, the pearl cotton. So this will all get separated out and put into the floss away when my 1, 2, 3 stitch order comes in. And I got some little notions and stuff to help with pushing the thread back in when it pops out the side. The snag nabbit, I think it's called. And then when you've played thread chicken and you only have like much left of your thread to slip it under the stitches and pull it through. I can't remember what that one was called. I'm really excited for that one because I play thread chicken all the time. Again, squeaky chair. Sorry about that. Alright, so next up, and I don't know, the Peony Tapestries from 2004. And of course the China kits they didn't have an age on. Alright, this next one is I guess I will have to go to Google and ask it what year that is, because I don't know. 83, I'm guessing? 1983? So that would be, what, 50 and then 83? I'm thinking 83. This one's not my super favorite. This is a Sunset Needlepoint kit. It's not my super favorite. I like cats, but I'm not like super big into stitching them. And cute, but whoa, it's yarn, and it's old, like old. I mean, it's even, the paper's pretty yellow. I don't know if you can see that yellow on there, but it's pretty old. Almost as old as I am. Okay, this one's really crinkly, so turn it down if it's bothering you. Get rid of the crinkle. Okay. I forgot to look for if this one has a date on it. Nope. This is a Dritz Needlecraft collection. And man, hasn't our detail gotten so much better over the years? I love horses, but again, I'm not sure how keen I am on working with that much yellow. That's coming up pretty true to color, and that's kind of a hideous color of yellow. Oh, and apparently somebody started it. I don't think that somebody was me, but I don't remember. So I don't know. Again, I think it'd just be fun to see the style that was kind of in vogue when I was a kid. I don't know. Maybe this is really boring and everybody's gone and I'm talking to myself. I don't know. But I thought it was. Oh, this is from the year I was born, 1979. And this is, it's never been opened. Maybe it's been opened, there's a note in there. But it's been taped back up. New kit, took out needle so it would not ruin picture on cloth. Needle is on this paper. Oh my gosh. But it's this flower train. So that's kind of super cute. And this one is done with yarn, if you saw that. And you actually, I believe you actually separate the plies of the yarn for kits like these too. I've not done that before. I've always. Now, this one is, looks like 1981, from Sunset Stitchery. And it's plastic so bad I'm gonna have to take. Now, I've actually seen this online. I don't know if this is the same, if it would, if it's just a rip-off or it's from this actual company, but I've run into those online here and there. I definitely want to stitch this one up. I think that'd be cute. Brother, Teddy, and Me for that one. And it's partially printed, so you can see your face and then see the areas that it's worked. So there's that one. I don't know if these are already done and I just put this back in storage. Yep. Oh, the scratch arts? One that I already did. I found a whole bunch of stuff that I was like, what's in the vault? Let's find out. Alright. That's going to go somewhere else. Alright. Now this is definitely one that I would not have picked for myself because still lifes are just not my jam. When I was first out of high school, I went to our local state college on scholarship because I was the only one that applied, so I got it. And I was in an art program that was named something, and I didn't realize what it meant. I told the counselor that I was interested in the art, loved, doing artsy stuff, so he suggested this program. I didn't have a better plan for myself, so I said, okay. Well, it turns out they renamed it midway through my first year to graphic art and design, which is computers. I don't do art on computers. I don't like advertising work, which is exactly what that is. So my second year in college is when we started hitting the computer stuff, and I was like, this is not for me. The scholarship unfortunately did not transfer to another major, so I went ahead and I dropped out of college. I decided to work for a few years until I figured out what I wanted to be when I grew up, and family and life later. Never did I went back a second time, but never finished that degree either. I decided that college was not for me. But this is another Bucilla needlepoint citrus basket. Worked on. This has never been opened. Worked on a canvas yarn. Definitely late 70s, early 80s vibe. I don't think these don't have years on them, I think, for the Bucilla kits. Alright. This one's a 1984 Dimensions kit. This one is also needlepoint. And it is New England Christmas. That's pretty, I think I don't have yarn. I don't have that. That's got to be, I wonder if that must be kind of big. That's a lot of yarn. I don't have a lot of Christmas themed anything. We decorate a little bit, but I don't go all out for holidays. So that one was definitely in somebody's stash that got given to me. Again, another needlepoint kit from Dimensions, 1985. Country Girl. Kind of reminds me of Holly Hobby, if anybody remembers that. I got some glassware for my grandmother that had Holly Hobby on them. One's super cute. Looks like that actually has some of the background left open. You can see in the fields, it's just the flowers, so that's actually a partial. That shouldn't take too horribly long to do, she says, with 500,000 other projects that aren't done. Alright, 2 more kits and we're done. So this one from 1992. No particular order, obviously. I don't think this one's an open an open kit. So I don't have a cover photo for it. I'll try and find one online here, maybe if I can find it. I don't even see a name. Oh, Victorian Treasures. This one's pretty. It's like pre-printed, and then you just add embellishments to it, fill it in. That one's really pretty. I like this one a lot. But hopefully it tells me what kind of... No, it's a dimensions kit, so I don't know. It's got code numbers. I might have to look up, because it's got some yarn in the bag. I don't think that goes to this. So I might have to do some footwork on this one to actually get to do it. But I'll have to look up the conversion chart for dimensions and see about making that one come to life, because I do really like that one. All right, last one is from 1986. It's also a Creative Circle kit, and I don't know if any of these would still be available. If they are, it would be like eBay vintage kits. Excuse me. And y'all, if anybody has a problem with me having a beer on camera, I'm not an alcoholic. I have like a beer a couple of nights a week. That just happens to be what I've got to wet my whistle at the moment. This one is Calla Lilies. Now this one's pretty cool because it's actually a stuffed picture. My mom did one of these when I was little, and it's pretty cool. You like stitch around where you're gonna stuff, and then you stitch it to the backing, and then you stuff the picture, and you finish stitching it up. So and it comes with stuffing in there, and then the threads to do that, and then it's like the pre-printed. You can see in here where it's printed on there, and then you just do the thingies. All right, so that's what's in the vault. All right, I think I'm going to break this video here, split it up into a second part, because I want to show you what I have left in my stash. I did a little digging, so stay tuned to part 2, and thanks so much for watching. Also, and I'm sorry I left this to the end. If you're still here, and you're new, thank you so much for joining me on my little journey, my crafty journey. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I can't believe the number of people that have subscribed. It's not like, you know, less than 100, but I'm still stoked. I'm not just talking to myself right now. Well, right now I am, but there's people that might come back, and that's really exciting to have people be with me while I share this journey. It means a lot. So, all right, so stay tuned. Part 2 up next. Thanks, guys.